What I'm talking about primarily is a way of life, Sanatana Dharma, that supports your readiness to wake up into liberation. In the process of going within, we then have the opportunity to know our oneness, the truth of who we are.
Please watch on for this insightful interview with Rabbi Dr. Gabriel Cousens.
Greetings, saintly viewers. I am Frank from colorful TKK in South Carolina. We, the vibrant American people, send you our love and best wishes for an ever brighter future in God's grace. Today we continue with the second part of the Natural Way to Spiritual Liberation interview with Rabbi Gabriel Cousens, MD. Rabbi Dr. Gabriel Cousens is a renowned spiritual teacher, holistic physician, and homeopath. As one of the leading live food vegan medical doctors and spiritual nutrition experts in the world, Dr. Cousens has been recognized as the fasting guru and detoxification expert by the New York Times. He is also a distinguished psychiatrist, family therapist, Ayurvedic practitioner, acupuncturist, diabetes researcher, ecological leader, and best-selling author of books such as Spiritual Nutrition, Conscious Eating, and There is a Cure for Diabetes. Rabbi Dr. Gabriel Cousens developed the first live food master's degree program in the world in conjunction with the University of Integrated Science, California. He is the director and founder of the International Tree of Life Foundation and the Tree of Life Rejuvenation Center, which have helped countless people experience the joy of sustainable, healthy living. Dr. Cousens has also taught in 40 countries throughout the world. The beloved spiritual teacher and ordained rabbi had practiced in India, studied the Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism extensively, and founded the modern Essene Order of Light in 1993. With his diverse spiritual background that also includes Taoism and Native American wisdom, Rabbi Dr. Gabriel Cousens offers a unique and integrated view of spirituality. Today, the Reverend Rabbi explains how the ancient yogic concept of the natural way of life is a key to spiritual liberation.
The concept natural way of life, which in yoga, it's a really nice word, it's called Sanatana Dharma. It means living in a natural way. For me, it means the 6 foundations, which I've mentioned, okay, and the sevenfold peace. And what does that mean? Peace with the body, which is the diet and so forth. Peace with the mind, meditating. Peace with the family, like your interactions with your family, and Peace with the social world around you, group that you're part of. Peace with all cultures. When we talk from the Torah tradition, we're talking about the plant world, really the rock world, the plant world, the animal world, and human world. So peace with all those cultures and all the human cultures. So that's peace with all cultures, peace with the environment, which I call spiritual ecology, and peace with God. So when all those are lined up, we best kind of enhance the spiritual life. And that's kind of the key understanding it, but everything has to be kind of in alignment to optimize the spiritual evolution. And that's what I'm talking about when we talk about it. It's way more than diet. It's a consciousness. It's eating in a way that uplifts the web of life on the planet and honors the web of life on the planet, and creating eating as a sanctification and of bringing holiness to all of life. That's, I think, the key in understanding the bigger picture of what we're doing. It's a spiritual practice, in other words.
Rabbi Dr. Gabriel Cousens often says that there is no liberation without grace. He kindly elaborated on this as follows.
It's a very delicate subject, okay? In the sense that you can't technique your way to God. We can do the 6 foundations, we can do the 7-fold piece, but you can't technique your way to liberation. So what happens is there's 2 wings of the bird. Hard work, doing all things, everything we've been talking about, and grace, which says, okay, it's your time. Grace then is the cosmic input when you're ready, when it's your destiny, to help you become liberated. And it can happen in a flash. You can't earn it. That's the word, that's the message of grace. You can't earn it. But when it's your destiny, when it's your time, it happens. So my advice to people is the Sanatana Dharma, the natural way of living that prepares you to be liberated. So you can't just be liberated. You have to have the vessels to hold the energy or the vessels break. So you have to have that transformation within yourself to hold the higher energetics of liberation. And then grace is when it's your time. And that's beyond what we can do. You can't make that happen. And grace happens when you're ready. And that's God's decision.
When we return, Dr. Cousens shares his thoughts about the trends of spirituality in our world. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our program. In our sometimes turbulent modern world, we are thankful to see more and more people showing interest in spiritual practice. What is Rabbi Dr. Gabriel Cousens' view of this and other changes in our society?
So I'm going to bring it back to Sanatana Dharma, which is the natural way of living and takes you to liberation. So the first thing I'm making a point is, what can block your spiritual evolution is to have a goal. Okay, I want to know God. That's a goal. I want to be liberated. It actually limits you. So my teaching is, don't worry about it. Live this natural way that balances the 6 foundations and 7-fold piece, which is what I just discussed. And when it's your time, because that's a destiny thing and it's a grace thing, great, liberation happens. So don't worry about it. When it's your time, it will happen to you. You worry about it, you block the flow. That's key. Not everybody is living that way to begin with. And what we're seeing, which really is your pressing question, is a little bit of division going on in the world. There are people, as this polarity happens, as part of the world is degenerating, and let's throw away all our spiritual principles that have been there for thousands of years, in all the traditions, the yama niyamas, the 10 commandments and so forth, 10 speakings. Well, we're just going to throw them away, do whatever you want. And that's what we call hedonism, and it takes us in very easily into the dark side. Without a rudder, we can get really lost. A lot of the world is kind of thinking we don't need a rudder, thinking we don't really need spiritual teaching. So we're getting more and more degeneration going on. Now, let's see the good news in that. The good news is other people are saying, hey, this doesn't look so good. What I want to do is get back to a spiritual path. So what I see is more people getting interested in spiritual path, because where they see the social degeneration that's going on as a result of ignoring the spiritual path and saying, well, that really doesn't matter. We don't really need the 10 Commandments or 10 speakings. We don't need the Yama and Niyamas. We don't need the Buddhist Eightfold Path. We don't need any of that. We can just do whatever we want. And when we throw those away, not so good. So there's another group of people getting more involved, whatever their tradition, where they're saying, yeah, we do need it. In fact, we need it more than ever because there's so much social chaos. You can take a look at what's going on in America and you can say, well, all these school shootings, well, where does that come from? It's this generation, and it's connected to throwing away all the guidances. The message is, yeah, you want social chaos? Then that's what you're going to get. And the more we put our energy into being aligned with the cosmic teachings as they come through in the different traditions, and they're very similar, including eating vegan, which does create a more peaceful way, then it brings social order. So I'm seeing an increase in people being interested in spiritual life, and also an increase in people wanting to create the chaos. And so what's happening today is people are having to choose. You can't really be in between. Our society is not letting us be in between. So the good news is we're having an opportunity to make clear spiritual choices. And those spiritual folks, whatever tradition, have some alliance going on. That's why I'm so happy to be on the station and with these teachings of the Master, because she's teaching what we want to have happen to the world. And I'm so happy to support it. And that alliance is there. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Because we're creating order out of the chaos, which allows people to evolve spiritually.
As our interview concluded, the respected Reverend Rabbi conveyed a further message for the viewers.
When you seek the self of all, then the secret of who you are becomes unfolded. The purpose of life is to know and merge with the divine. And what I'm talking about primarily is a way of life, Sanatana Dharma, that supports your readiness to wake up into liberation. And in the process of going within, we then have the opportunity to know our oneness, the truth of who we are. And may everyone be blessed that we truly wake up to the truth of who we are and who we've always been. I really thank Master Television for giving me the opportunity to support this bigger world mission that the Master is doing. And I'm so honored to be able to support this and really support the evolution of all of humanity. Blessings to everyone. Peace be with you. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Native American Om Atakio Asin. Amen.
We thank the loving Rabbi Dr. Gabriel Cousens for giving us the honor of this interview and for graciously sharing his beneficial wisdom and uplifting teachings with the world. May God protect you always, dear Reverend Rabbi, as we pray that more and more brothers and sisters will make the choice of spiritual evolution. For more information on the Tree of Life Center, please visit treeoflifecenterus.com. Elevated viewers, we thank you for your serene presence on today's Words of Wisdom.